Alrighty, traders. Hello, everybody. We are live. We are live in this house. Actually, we are live in my house anyway. Alrighty. So let me get into today's live stream for you. I just want to cover some of the markets and what's going on with the markets right now, and what is going on with everything. And I thought I'd do a bit of a live stream for you guys today. I'm telling you right now, guys. I'm telling you what right now. Do you know what? There is a monster rally coming. You know that, right? You know there's a monster rally coming. Absolutely. There is so much fuel, so much, that thing underneath, right? Underneath these markets here. So much is just pumped up demand for these markets right now, right? And there's going to be so much pain for a lot of individual traders, and those individual traders are the people who are calling short of this market. There is so much money to be made by going with the market and not trying to fight the market. Why would you fight the market? Don't fight the market. What does that mean? That simply means that if the market is moving in one direction, just go with that. If you have something that's going to give you at least 70% success rate, go with that, right? Just go with that. There is so much fuel underneath this here, right? And so within what's going on with the markets right now and what's happening right now, I'm going to bring up the chart in just a minute here, but I just wanted to come on and do a live stream for you guys and say hello and what's going on right now. I personally, guys, am having such a phenomenal year. If you go to getjohntop.com, that's my real equity curve for the last year, right? I show you my equity curve. I show you my students what they're actually doing. So if you think this guy's full of crap and all sorts of stuff, and who is this guy? Just go over to Get John Top. That's an application for my coaching program, by the way. Who cares about the coaching program? It may or may not be a thing for you. But if you actually want to see what I actually do, I do really well from trading, right? I do really, really well. Now, it's not easy, right? But it does take a bit of time. And one of those things that I see so much by these people out there is fighting a big bull market. Why? Why are you fighting a big bull market? I hope you're not. I hope you're not fighting a big bull market, right? And if the market's going down, right? Why? Now, think for you guys. Don't make life hard for yourself in these markets, right? Just don't make life hard for yourself in these markets. When you are trading the markets, right? And yes, FYI, for you guys, I'm coming from a bedroom in my house. I trade from home. That's why my house looks like this here, right? It's just a bedroom, no funky things in the background. Who gives a shit about the background? So if you're wondering, like, where am I recording from? I'm recording from my home. This is one of the bedrooms out of all the bedrooms that I have in my house, right? And it's my office, and that's it there, right? So I do everything from home. I don't have a really big, large. I don't have an office with employees and so on and so forth. I just me, right? So, and again, I trade full time from home. So this is my home. So you're going, where's the guy John living in the basement? Right. So just FYI, this is the reason why it's raw behind the scenes here, guys. I haven't spent thousands of dollars doing a very nice thing behind the scenes. Who gives a shit about that? You know, it's like this is raw, and my focus is the markets and trading and doing really well as a trader. I spend most of my time. Who cares about that sort of stuff? Anyway, so you wonder, like, where am I recording from and what am I doing? I do everything from my home. Like, I record from home. I do all my trading from home. I do everything from home. My job is not to have a really large business, hence the reason why I only have a small coaching program every single year. And then my job is to do really well every single year from trading, which very fortunate that I do right now. So you're wondering, like, raw for you guys. So one thing I really want to share with you guys today is that I'm not sure what it is. I'm not sure what it is, but why do people try to pick tops in bull markets when the market is clearly still in a very strong momentum here? Now, another thing to that is, why do a lot of people out there, or a lot of traders out there, try to pick or try to approach the market in a way where they're going to be at least 70% wrong? At least 70% wrong. Right? Now, what does that mean? Right? I like it and agree. What's that? Think south. What's that, my man? What's that relating to? So let me go to one thing I really want to again do on this stream today is when I just wanted to do a bit of a live stream for you guys so we can have like a good one-on-one chat together and stuff like that as well too. But one of the things I want you to think about here with your own personal trading, right? I've been trading the markets for 20 years. In my first 5 years, I found myself $250,000 in debt. And the reason why is because I was doing all these really bad, stupid mistakes in there, right? Really bad mistakes in there. And one of those things is trying to trade in the market in a way where you're going to be wrong most of the time. Now, the reason why I'm bringing this up here right now is because I'm seeing a lot of people when it comes to the stock market right now where a few percent for off all-time new highs, but yet you're trying to look for every single reason why the market's going to top. Why would you do that when you know, look at the last 5 years. You've been at least 70, if not 80% wrong by trying to call a top in the market. Why would you do? Why do you want to make? Do you want to make money from trading? Why, if that's the case, right? If that's the case, if the market continues up in a very big bull market, and we continue going that way, if that is the case, right, and we go down this path, and you know at least 70% of the time the market's going to continue up, why do you want to trade an approach that's going to be right 20, 30% of the time? And let me ask you a question. Wouldn't you want to flip it on its head so you can give yourself a bit more of a better chance of succeeding at trading? Just a bit of a quinky dink, a bit of epiphany there. Oh yeah, right? Makes sense, right? And the reason I'm doing this live stream for you guys is because I'm just seeing so many people do, like right now, for example, the last week, what have I been saying in my YouTube videos for the last week? Get ready for a move up. Get ready for a move up. Get ready for a melt up. Get ready for a melt up. I've been screaming out to the mountaintops, right? What has the stock market done ever since? We found a bottom and we've already started to see a nice move up from here. Now I'm long these markets. I'm already making money from this rally the last couple of weeks. I put my money where my mouth is, right? There is so much to do really well from trading, right? So don't make life hard for yourself if you trade in the markets, right? Don't make life hard for yourself. Right, that's one of the main things I really wanted to talk about with you guys when it comes to this level here. Let me bring this up for you guys, and I want to show you this here because I think this is so important. So can I? Hey. All right, let's go to. Share. No, not that one. We need. Right, let's go to. I will join when the melt up starts. Well, you're not starting already. It's already starting. FYI, it's already happening. It's gone. At this point, I'm not sure if market can break log S&P 500 resistance from 1930. Whew. Resistance from 1930. Wow. Pine Porker family. What is a resistance from the 1930s got to do with right now? Like, keep it simple. The trend is going up. We've got momentum going up, and all that sort of stuff. I'm not sure why are you making life hard for yourself? Don't make life hard for yourself. It's crazy. Oh, it's not. Come on now. Right, let's go to here. Let's go to. All right, let's go. All right, there we go. All right, cool. Now, check out this here, right? So check out this. The market is in a steaming bull market, right? And so we'll look at this here. Look at this chart. Very strong move to the upside, and one of the things, what's the Pine-Pock? What you want to do is you want to be using recent support. You want to use support resistance. You want to use recent support and resistance in the markets, which simply means like these levels here These are the levels that matters over the last couple, 2, 3, 4, 5 years. A trend line, a resistance and stuff back from 1930s, that doesn't make sense to me, right? You can't utilize that in today's environment. But if there's a market if there's a major trend line from a weekly chart utilizing and respecting right now, that's what I can use because it's respecting that level from there. And as you can see here, it's clearly respecting this channel. Not only is it respecting this channel, but guess what's happened right now? Look at this here, right? We have the resistance all through here. Bam, man, resistance. Now look what's happening. And then that there. Right? And then we have what? That's where we're going from there. Right? We can see. Who's that? Ha-ha! Oh! Uber Rocket. Good to see you, my man. Good to see you. Right? Look at it. Right? Look at it. It's going up. If you're looking to short this market right now, you are under a lot of stress right now. You're hoping the market's going to turn around. Please, please, please. Once again, bit of FYI for you guys. Can I delete this? Oh, there we go. Cool. Right? Look at this here. Everything is screaming up. And once again, I always say this here, and this is one of the things I do as a coach and as a trader, right? If you want to do well as a trader, we want to be doing something that's going to give you much better success rate. Look at this here. All through here, most of the time, especially when we're in a very big bull phase, right, like we are right now. Now, what do I mean by that? Let's keep it really simple. Whenever we do get the moving average trending up through here, trending up through here, trending up through here, whenever we get the moving average trending up, one simple moving average, we know there's a 70, if not 80% chance that all these little corrections are going to be just that, and we're going to continue moving back up again. You see it on the chart there. One simple indicator. Bam. So the purpose of me saying that is that if you're looking for a short right now, you are going to be 70 to 80% wrong. Why would you trade like that? Why would you do that? It doesn't make sense. Don't fight the market. Right? It just doesn't make sense. One simple indicator. Forget the inflation, the data, and this and that, and stochastics, and MACDs, and RSIs, and Elliott waves, and John Howe, and Tom Lee. Who gives a rat's ass? One simple moving average, and away we go. Then we can overlay some other ruling, right? Looking for entry points, so on and so forth. But if you want one simple thing to help you be on the right track, if the moving average is trending up in the weekly chart, we have strong momentum, and most of the time it's going to continue. Go with that. No, John, I'm going to trade the percentage. I'm going to trade that thing that happens only. I'm going to trade right now. Here we go, John. Because, John, you don't know, right? You don't know, John. Is it going to change the color? Maybe not, right? You don't know, John. But the thing that only happens 10, 20% of the time up here, and then maybe here. Maybe it does here. You're trading stuff that's only happened twice in the last 5 years. But yet you want to short a big bull market? You obviously don't like money. You obviously don't want to make money from trading because you're doing the most difficult thing on the planet that's going to give you a 20% success rate. Oh, yes, I got it right. Let's just say, for example, you did call a top right here and the market did go down. You're a legend. Now you're going to try to call the top for the rest of your life and then you're going to lose all your money. Don't do it. Don't do it. It's not worth it. It is not worth it. Even if you think I'm full of shit, look at the facts on the charts. The chart is the thing. The chart is king from there. And it's a fact on this market here right now. If you bring back just the chart itself and you look at this here, whenever we... Easy, Tiger. There we go. Look at this here. A 24 simple moving average on the weekly charts, on any chart. And if it's been going up for the last few months, like we did all through here, like we did all through here, and like we're doing now, there's a massive probability we're going to continue that. Simples. No anything else. That's it. Oh, but John, you don't understand. The debt bubble's in and then the economy's going to shit and blah, 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 blah. Who cares? Who cares? You're a trader anyway. You're not going to be around. You're not going to hold a trade on for the next 3, 4, 5 years anyway. Most of you guys, right? You're looking for a good trade. FYI, look at gold. Why did gold have such a big move and has continued up? Oh, because it's the same thing. Look at this moving average. It's just stayed all to the upside. That means anytime we've had these couple month pullback, that's all it is. It's not the top. It's just the pullback before we get going again. Go with that market. Go with the moving average. Wherever the moving average is, I call it a momentum indicator. Go with that moving average. Go with it. Don't fight it. No. Don't fight it. Right? And it's crazy to see. Right? It's crazy to see that I'm seeing so many people making life hard for themselves on there here. When, again, like I can have a 70+% success rate by applying one simple rule. And that's exactly what I'm seeing here. Right? Every single market out through here. Right? So, what I'm looking at here, Dow Jones. Look at this here. Dow Jones is basically breaking up to all-time new high right now. Look where we are right here. Look at the Dow Jones. This is not a top. This is about to break up to new highs. Like, hey. Right? And the reason I'm doing this, guys, is because I want to see you guys succeed, right? Trading is a hard thing. The reason why it's a hard thing, because a lot of the times we're thinking the wrong thoughts, we're doing the wrong thing, right? Me as a coach, I want to try to get you simplifying the process. I'm not a smart guy, but when I start to apply things like what I just taught you just then, one simple moving average on a weekly chart, and most of the time when we do get these corrections, we're going to continue. Now I'm starting to talk some foundations to success, and then I can start to overlay some rules. Look what the Dow is. We're about to go through here. And once again, this is the S&P. Do I have that line through there as well? No, it's on this one here. So once this S&P is holding right now, so you know where the S&P is going, right? Like, oh man, there's a big move coming. Look at this here. Look at this. You know what's coming, right? Look at this here. So right now, this resistance over here, major resistance all through here. It's clearly right now. It's clearly support right now. It's clearly support. The market is telling you, yes, this level through here is a support and it was major resistance. What does that mean? If we break these highs here, what does that mean? We are about to see Rocket Man up through there. Now, I just drew that there to over 9,000. I don't know what's going to get to 9,000, right? I have a target of 8,500 just based off simple projections of channels, right? Where you measure there for there, you project it up. So around about 8,500 is where I believe we're going to get to in this move up through there. Do you see what I'm saying here? This is so simple analysis. One chart, one moving average, and we can see clearly that the market is telling you, and we all do know, right? We all know that if there is some sort of resistance and it comes back up, and that resistance comes through there, and the resistance now becomes support and holds and continues up, you know that's a very strong bull market. That's a very strong bull phase. No, John, the top 10. No. Now, I'm not talking to everyone here, right? Well, I'm not talking to everyone here in this session here, right? But all I'm saying is there is a large percent of the society a large percent of the population out there that I'm seeing on my YouTube comments and all my other YouTube comments right now, still looking for tops in markets. The number one thing you need to understand about these markets is that, yes, we are in a bubble. But if you just leave your ego at the window and listen to the professionals who understand more about these macroeconomics than you or me, that's people like Paul Tudor Jones or Ray Dalio, read what they say. Right? What do they say? What did Ray Dalio say? Read Big Debt Crises. Look at this here. Look, this guy. This guy right here, Big Debt Crisis, right? And you've got like 3 books here. This guy right here, right? Big Debt Crisis. Ray Dalio, he understands cycles and booms and busts and bubbles and so on and so forth. He understands this stuff. Learn from him. What does he say through here, through the cycles? And what has he, and if you read this stuff, like instead of trying to use your ego, again, I'm not that smart. That's why I learned from him. And what does Ray Dalio says through there? What causes the top to become the top? And what has he said recently on his interviews? And what has he said recently on his articles that he's actually put on LinkedIn? Yes, the bubble is here, but the bubble, there needs to be something to prick the bubble. And that typically is a tightening of monetary policy or something coming in where the people need to start selling off their shares. That hasn't happened yet. So, yes, we're in a bubble. You are right. But the market can keep going and keep going and keep going. And the chart, by the way, that's the Ray Dalio foundational stuff. People are a lot smarter than me. It's why I study these people here, right? These guys right here. They're a lot smarter than I am. Now, one thing I've learned is that when looking at these charts and looking at these markets and understanding these markets, we know the simple concept. And you know yourself, if there's a major resistance and it breaks and it becomes support, that is valid. And therefore, we're likely to continue in that direction, like this diagram up here, right? So, a few things. Firstly, don't be short in a big bull market. Don't fight the market. Leave your ego out the window, right? And secondly, why would you do that? Why would you? You obviously don't like money, right? Because you see this chart here. Oh my goodness, right? This chart is just crazy bullish. There's so much money to be made from these markets, guys. And one of the best things that I can say is, like, when the market is telling us this stuff here, the worst thing you can do is say, but the currency this and the inflation this and the debt bubble this and la 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 la. It's like, who cares? It's going up, right? Because remember, who creates the chart? The big boys. The big boys. Not us, the big boys. Refinancing out of debt will drive us into Q3 of 2026. Maybe. See, Justin, mate, like, I don't know the timing. I don't know timing. I'm just really confident of what is coming. Now, what I am really confident is once we get this finished in this leg up, like Ray Dalio talks about in all his cycles of big debt crisis and what he does, is that then there's going to be a pricking of the bubble. Then we're going to see a complete meltdown of this thing here. So I'm actually expecting something like this. If you're looking at the big picture from here, I'm actually expecting from here, because it is now finding support, we have a big move up from here, maybe even up to 9,000, maybe. I don't know, maybe, right? And then we end up getting a big correction from here. So this is what I'm expecting over the next 12 months, 1 to 2 years. This could even happen next year as well too. But in the meantime, play ball, baby, with the bull. Play ball with the bull. Listen to the chart and to tell you when the top is in. The last move before the top can be the most explosive. Then we retrace to the start. Exactly. And traders, this is one of the reasons why I do so well as a trader, right? Because I apply some simple analysis around these markets like I'm teaching you right now that give you some super advantage. And it's not complicated at all. Most of the stuff you guys are using is completely useless. You know that. Now, by the way, most of you guys, I shouldn't say most of you guys, a lot of traders out there, one day they're using the stochastics, next day they're using MACD, next day they're using elite wave, there's something like, don't fight the market, right? Simple analysis. So what have I talked about today so far with you? Firstly, I've talked about today that apply one simple moving average on the chart, on a weekly chart that is. Chart by itself, nothing else. And if you're using indicators on a monthly chart, what are you doing? Like, seriously. You're using a monthly chart to see what's coming this week? Hello from Affluence. Hey! Affluence in the house. What's happening, my man? What's happening? All right. So, the first thing I talked about with you guys today, one simple thing you can utilize right now. Right? Now, I'm talking a lot about techniques, right? Obviously, you know there's a mindset, there's a emotions. That's the reason why I created that book. johnsfreegift.com. Yes, I'm plugging it. It's a free book. You have to buy shit from me. Right? Well, actually, you can't buy much from me anyway because my coaching program's closed. So go get the free book, right? And it is free. And then start to learn from Jesse Livermore, W.D. Gann, Porter Two Jones, like the mindset of these people. John's Free Gift, that's a free book that I've actually put together. But apart from the actual charts itself, right? Charts here. Look. Rule. Look at this here. One simple rule. Nothing else. Apply a 24 moving average on a weekly chart. Check. Now, if the moving average is trending up or down, don't go against that. Now, if it's moving flat, that means there's actually no momentum, there's no trend there at the time. So, we go through this here. Look at this here. All right. Let's go to 2008. 2008, right? Look at this here, all through here. Look at that, all through there. Big move on the downside. Big move on the downside, right? And then look where the bottom came in. After all this time here, the market really started to turn. And look at the moving average right there. It started to really kink over right here. And then it got steeper and steeper and steeper and steeper. And then we found a flooring through there. That's when the bottom was in, and then we started to do what it was doing through there, right? So whenever we do get that, yeah, cool, right? Whenever we do get that, and we get strong moving averages, and this is just not now, this is even back in time. Look at these bull phases through here, guys. All these bull phases. Whenever we're in a strong bull phase, look at this here. If the moving average is continuing to trend up, any drop to the downside to the moving average is just a pullback and a short-term correction, and away we go again. Short-term correction, Look at all these different times when people thought the top was in. And then, look at this here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 times. Yes, on the 10th time I've got it right. The top was in. No, the top's not in for you because you just blew up your account trying to short the market through here. And all you had to do was what? All you had to do was use one simple moving average on the chart to say the moving average is an overall longer term momentum because it's a weekly chart, it's 24 moving average in the weekly chart. It shows you momentum. And if the momentum, aka trend, is continuing to trend up, then most of the time it's going to. And then you go through these flattening periods. And then look at this here. And then we started to kink back up through here. Up and 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 up. Look at this here. And a little drop, a little drop, a little drop, a little drop. And even drop through here and then push back up. So a short-term drop in the market is not a top. It's just actually a correction before the continuation. Look at this here. I'm showing you years and years and years in data on the S&P 500. And I'd have to say at least 80%, let's be lenient, at least 70% of the time, if the moving average trending up and the market comes up and we have a drop to it, we're probably likely to continue because the trend is up. And this here is just a correction, a pullback to the moving average. And when you pull back to the moving average, most of the time, the moving average is going to pick you up like a surfer. Try to go against a strong wave. It's going to pick you and drag you along, whether you're long or shorter. So, don't fight the market, man. Don't fight the market. There's no need to. And by the way, FYI, guys, as you can see here, this one simple rule is going to help you stay on the right side more. It's going to stop you from getting into bullshit trades like right now, right? Now, yes, there are many times when we're not sure. Even through here, right? Look at this here. When the market did roll over through this period of time through here, where's my thing? There. We flatten out and we started to roll over here, roll over, roll over, roll over. Look at this here. Any rally we got, rally, rally, rally. Because the moving average was coming down, that means we're in a bit of a downward phase. You wouldn't want to be buying through here. Now, this is for trading purposes, right? Trading purposes. We're trading the markets here, right? You want to, but if you're looking for the best chances, wait for strong momentum, right? Which is, as you can see here. Now, there are many times when the market goes overall flat There's either this here. There's either a moving average is either doing that through there, strong to the upside, right? Or we're doing this through green, right? Strong to the upside, or we have strong to the downside, red, or we have like sort of this going on. The overall, what's called the trend of it, the trend of the moving average. Not where it's pointing right now, not right now, but basically on this weekly chart, what's been happening for the last 3-6 months, right? So as you can see all through here, look how flat it was through there, right? A little bit of a short-term drop through here, like you can see what I'm saying here, right? And whenever we do get these strong, look at this here, same thing through here, all this flattening period through there, that means we're not sure. And then bam, where we go again, right? Boom, to the upside. So whenever we do get the situations and the scenarios when we are sure, aka what that simply means, which means is that if we are in a situation when the market does start to give us a strong trending moving average, right? That's strong trending moving average, strong trending moving average, strong trending. If it's happening right now in the markets, there is at least a 70% probability that this little drop here is just a short-term little correction, a couple of month cooling off period before we get going again. Simples. And everything else you are talking about right now is made up. The depth bubble, the reset, the indicators, the this, the that. Don't complicate it. This is one of the reasons why, guys, I do so well as a trader right now. I haven't always. I've sucked so much, especially my first 5 years. I lost $250,000, but that was in debt anyway. Horrible, this guy for the first time. But because I use simple things like this, it helps me stay on top of the market. And guess what? FYI, guess what it's also doing with me right now? This is the daily chart. Hey, look at this here. Down the bottom here is when I started doing what? The melt up and the big move. Guess what I did back there? I started buying call options. Guess what I'm doing right now? I'm already in the money, baby. And we're just getting started. And I know there's a lot of people out there right now that heard my videos for the last couple of weeks and me talking about this move coming, and you're like, no, this guy's idiot. He has no idea what he's talking about. You're wrong. And the market just continues up, and we're about to make a new high. So keep it simple, guys, right? Trading is hard enough. Why do we have to overcomplicate it? We don't have to overcomplicate it. And I always say, don't try to be smart / with your ego. Smart simply means the top's going to be in right now because the Japanese yen or the inflation or the interest rates or this or that or this, and the market just keeps going up, right? So don't fight the market, guys. That's all I'm saying here, right? And there's a difference between a short-term drop that can happen for a few months. What's been happening here, right? So all this period through here, if we look at the weekly charts to give us the big forest from the trees, you would know that, let me do this here. Let's go side by side, eh? Let's go side by side. Let's do this for you guys. Side by side. Trading is so awesome, guys. I'll tell you right now. Trading is so awesome. Oh, it's going to be such a good finish at the end of the year. Oh. Now, it's awesome. I should say now. It's awesome now for me because I spent 20 years trading the markets. And I spent at least half that doing bullshit. Shorting a bull market. Doing all this crazy stuff. That's now, right now. And now because I do simple things like, the moving average is going up. We're probably going to continue up. Right? Weekly chart, that is. So, as we can see, if we look at the weekly chart, we can see this short-term little correction through here on the weekly chart. That there is just this bit through here. So this overall short-term volatility for the last couple of months has been what? Just the rest. The market's just resting. Clearly finding support at this resistance level through here, and away we go again to the marketplace. We are getting ready for a supersonic move to the upside, guys. And that's all it is, guys. For me as a trader, I've just learned that if I can apply some simple rules, that even if I get the timing wrong, a lot of the times if I'm patient, I'm going to make a profit out of that trade. Like what I'm talking about here. If you knew that 70, 80% of the time you got into a trade, that eventually it's going to turn into a really nice profit, now I'm not saying just use that. I don't, right? But I'm just trying to share with you why most traders are getting this wrong. And there's all this evidence, the support resistance, the trend, that strong-term long moving average trending to the upside. We're bouncing off here. Major long-term support. Look at this here. Hey. There we go. Major long-term support. All through here. And through here. Oh, resistance, and now becomes support. It's clearly going up. Don't fight the market. And ever since I've been doing videos for the last couple of weeks, you know what's happened to the market. We found the bottom and we've been rallying, especially the Russell. King Russell, baby. Have you seen the Russell? Oh, man, the Russell. King Russell, baby. Now look at this here. And this is what I'm telling you right now, guys, is that all this other stuff we think we're trying to trade with is making you lose a lot of money. Lose a lot of money. One moving average weekly chart. And if that's been moving and that trending up like it has here, even from this Russell, look at this here. This is the Russell weekly to the left. What's the moving average doing? Oh my goodness, it's trending up. Oh, it's the top's in. It's going to roll over. Well, you have a 70% chance at least of being wrong. It's so simple, guys, when you see this here, right? And one of the biggest things is, now I understand, because my first 5 years, you go through what's called the discovery phase. What is the discovery phase? The discovery phase is where you're just discovering this market. You've been trading the market, say, for 5 years or less. You're going through what's called the discovery phase. You're discovering these markets here. You're discovering this market here. Unfortunately, discovery comes down a lot of pain, right? Because you're discovering all the swing trading indicators, MACDs, RSIs, Elliott waves, Fibonacci's, candlestick reversal thingamajiggers. It's like trend analysis, support resistance, heads and shoulders, and we're going down to the discovery phase. Unfortunately, that's when you're like, what the hell do I do? None of this works. And most people just give up, right? But look at the Russell. Look at this Russell here. Let me take off the moving average here. I like to use the 52 on my daily charts, by the way, guys. 52 on the daily charts. But look at the Russell. Now, what is the Russell doing right now? The Russell is starting. The market is starting a brand new trend on the Russell. Starting a brand new trend. It is not the end. It's the start. It's the beginning. It's the beginning. Let me show you something here, right? Let me show you something here. There's a thing called what I call a channel trade. Let me bring on my screenshots here of trades I've done and so on and so forth in the past. Right? I want to show you this here. Class in session for you guys. Right? I call it a channel trade. Nice to hear from you, bro. Awesome. But as you say, once short-term range is now broken, can melt up for yeah. Yeah, exactly. And what you're saying there, Ponpope, you may be right, but stuff like that may take years to filter through the system. Make sense? So when you talk about big things like this, if most people know about it, it's not going to affect the market. Just think about that. Think about that. This is where if the news is already talking about this thing, it's too late. Most people know about it, so it's not gonna affect the market the way you think it's going to be. Right? So look at this here. Let me show you this here. I want to show you something here. Let me show you something. Right. This one gets so good, guys, I'll tell you right now. And yeah, once again, guys, if you guys are wondering where I'm recording from, I do everything from home. I don't have an office with employees and all that sort of stuff. I have a real small coaching program that I take on every single year. I have a few things that I offer, like a Master Trader Lab and stuff like that. Or if you go to John's Flash Sale, I'll give you like a $4 sale from there. But the main program that I have to offer is it's a small 15, maybe 20%, 15, 20 people coaching program that I take on per year. And that's the reason why I keep it. I've got a real small coaching business, and and then everything else comes from actual trading. So if you wonder where I'm recording from right now, this is my home. And I haven't spent any time doing the background because that's not my focus. My focus is what's happening with the markets, and I want to make good money from the markets. And then I want to make sure my coaching clients, my 1% club at getsontop.com, that they're doing really well as well too. And that's the reason why I take on a real small 1% group every single year. Hence the reason why you hear me talking about it from me. So want to know where I'm recording from, guys? This is from home, all raw and raw. And again, I haven't spent a single dime trying to make this background pretty because I just don't give a shit about that. My main thing is the markets. That's all I worry about. So there you go, guys. All right. This one here, right? So let me show you this one here. Right? So I want to show you this here. I'll bet FYI for you guys. Guess where the bond market is right now? You know I'm long TMF, right? Why am I long TMF? Down the bottom here. See down the bottom here? This anger, depression, that's where the bond is. Watch what happens this time next year to the bond market. TMF, baby, right? You know I'm long TMF, or if you guys have been following me now for this or that, right? You know I'm long TMF. TMF, baby, to the moon, right? You know that. Well, we don't 100% know that. There's no guarantees of making these things make a profit, right? There's always a percentage success rate, and I may be wrong as well too. But yeah, now let me show you this here. There's a thing called a channel trade. I want to share this with you here because it's so important to understand these patterns in the markets, right? Let me show you. I'll show you a template here, all right? So there's a thing called a channel trade. And this is a template here. So let me bring this up to, right? I'll bring this up to here. One thing that I've noticed in the markets is I've always asked myself, what does it look like for something to make a big move? Or what does that actually look like on the charts? Because that's what I'm looking for. How do I find something today that I can hold for a couple of months and have a really big profit? How do I pick up a good 2, 3, 400% return with my option trades in some of these trades? What do I need to look for? That's always been my question, right? I think I've got it here. Do I have it? What's that? Oh, no, I don't. Oh, yeah, I do. Here, right? So this is it here. For me, you got the channel trades and so on and so forth, right? What are we looking for in a good setup? That was always my first question. And then I started asking myself, what am I looking for in a good setup that has the potential of making a big move? This is it. Again, guys, if you go to John's Flash Sale, I've got a flash sale for $4 that I'm actually giving away my top 5 trading systems. So if you're looking for a good trading system, John's Flash Sale, it's $4. You can grab access to it. Anyway, so let me show you this here. So I'll show you a template here for a minute, and I'll show you what I'm looking at here. So the template is like this. This is the template here. And as you can see here, the bullish templates, this one here, which is the channel, I call it the channel trade, okay? Sideways channel. Justin removed the comment. Oh shit, I'm putting that to John. I read the first section, Justin. I read the first section. For you guys that are watching the recording, I was ready to roast him. I'm kidding. Right. So one of the best patterns that I love to trade myself. All right. So I'm only playing with it. I'm just having some fun with it, Justin. That's all. Right. Is this one right here? So we're talking about the bullish pattern here, okay? So again, what does the setup look like that's likely to make a big move? And I always call it the channel trade. The channel trade is this: sideways for all this time, as you can see through here. But then look what happens when we go sideways for all this time, and you see what I'm talking about here when it comes to the Russell and what's happening right now. And why we're getting ready, why the Russell is the start of a big move up, not the top. This is screaming, here we go. So we have this channel sideways period from here, right? And then what happens? Then we break out, we end up finding support through here, and then we bounce. I think the best move to make in the markets is a deeper understanding of the macroeconomics, create a complexity thesis, then throw it all away to just trade the chart. Well, if you are a trader, right, that's all we can use as a trader. So I want to show you that there, right? So look at this here. Now, if I show you some examples here of what I'm talking about, let me show you some examples of what I'm talking about here, okay? So for example, this one right here. Look at this here. Big long-term chart. What do we have here, right? Look at the pattern. Sideways for all this time, right? You can see the channel. Pretty sure you can see the channel there. What happened? A breakout made a higher high up here, came down, tested this support now, which was resistance in the past, and then look at the move that happened afterwards. Big move to the upside, right? Let me show you some more examples here. Look at this here. Here's an example, but it's on a smaller time frame, but it's all the same pattern, right? It's a bit of a channel. It breaks out higher high, comes down higher low. It starts to break up, and then you end up getting a big move from there. Let me see if I can show you some more examples here, right? Right, so I think you get what I'm trying to say here. I'm just trying to show you. Where is that one? Like even from here, right? It's called price and time. Look at this here, channel. It breaks out, high, comes back down, forms a higher low, and then away we go again. So that's what we see there, right? That's what we see there. We see it when it goes sideways for a period of time, then breaks out, makes a higher high, comes down, and then finds support. This is when the big move comes right here. See that big move right there? That's when it comes. Look at this here. So let me see if I can. Here's another example. Look at this here. Once again, it's the pattern. Look at this here. You can see the channel there, right? Look at all that channel through there. All this channel through here. Sideways pattern. Then what happens? We break out to make a higher high out of the channel. It comes back down to find support within the channel. And then look at this. This is when the move comes. This is the big move. After it made a higher high, higher low. I'm joking. People just tend to think they know the best, and the model of the world is predictive. Then they trade off those predictions, but the chart tells you everything you need to know. It's just so human to look for the reasons why. Yeah, you're exactly right. You're exactly right. And Justin, bit of FYI, and everyone else that's watching today as well too. No one knows why. If the market, no one knows really why the melt up's going to come, right? Like we don't know. I can tell you what's likely to come, but I don't know why. It's just these things on the chart gives us a high probability of the certain thing happening, but I don't know why. What's going to cause that? People try to figure out the why. Why is that going to happen, right? But then also where you can get in big trouble is thinking about the wrong timing. I believe that gold is going to eventually get to 10,000, Why? Because I believe there's going to be another big inflation cycle. But what most people don't realize is within that, where we are now, to 10,000, I see a big correction coming over the next 1 to 2 years. Then we're going to see that. So we also need to understand the expectation of what you're looking at there as well too, just like that example there. So no one knows reasons why, it's just there. But this is what I'm showing you here, right? It's the pattern. Why am I sharing this with you here? It's so screamingly obvious. Channel trade. I'm sharing this with you here right now for free. The moving average, the channel trade, and when the big moves come, right? Maybe the melt up is too predictable. No. Do you know at least 80% of my comments that I get are actually calling tops? There's not that many people out there saying the melt up's coming. So not many people are actually looking for the melt up. A lot of people think that the end's near. Let me show you this here. Look at what the chart's telling you. And let's go back now to the Russell. What is the Russell doing? Look at this here. Look at the Russell. Let's make it really simple. Channel, resistance. Hey, do it again. Look at this here. All this resistance point through here. Let's make this dark here. This resistance here is now becoming support. And you have, this is the whole channel period through here. There's the channel, there's the pattern there. I just walked you through that pattern. And you know what is a high probability of what comes next. There's a high probability we're about to see this here. So all these screamingly obvious signs that we can actually use to trade off now, not some hope. Right? Exactly right, Justin. Exactly right. Now, Justin, mate, I'm pretty sure you've been watching my YouTube videos over the last couple of weeks. You saw in the fear and greed index, the extreme fear was, actually, I'll bring it up. Who's this Johnny Howe? He doesn't know anything. Michael Burry's the man. Anyway, where's the fear and greed index right now? Look where we are. What's been happening now? Hey. Right, so this is the Russell and then the ES here. Right? And the same thing. This is a channel trade, just like I taught you a minute ago. Now remember, what is a channel trade? All that simply means is the market goes sideways for a while. It then breaks up. We then find the support level there. It then comes down, finds support, and then starts to make our way back up. Resistance then becomes support, just like the Russell is doing right now in the markets, right? And again, guys, this is facts. This is patterns that repeat most of the time. Nothing's 100%, but most of the time. That's the fear and greed index right now, by the way. Oh, you can't even see it, can you? No. But it also works for what? This type of a channel here, where you have the channel coming up like this, market comes out, it breaks up, finds support, and then continues up from there, like that. So the reason why I wanted to do this live stream for you guys is I wanted to, just give you guys some real truth and guidance around some big crap and, oh, man, just what people are thinking right now in the markets and give you some real truth on this market. But also I wanted to give you some simple tools you can use without overcomplicating. That's going to give you a massive, highly success rate in the markets Now, yes, obviously I use a lot more other things to help me find good setups. But if you start to use these things in the marketplaces, like simple major support and resistance levels that we're seeing here, and even if you're not looking at that, simple patterns like the moving average pattern, and when the moving average pattern is actually talking to us, that's when it's likely to help you out from here. And there's so much going on here. And sometimes we're not too quite sure, right? Sometimes we're not too quite sure. That's when we step back. That's when we don't do anything in the markets from there. So that's it for me today, guys. That's what I wanted to cover with you guys today. So I hope this really helped you out, guys. And don't fight the markets. Don't fight the markets, because just like I've talked today, most of the time you're going to lose. Go with it. The momentum's going up, moving average going up. Go with it. Make your life much easier. See you later, guys.